Hey guys, a very warm welcome to Arihant Online Academy, and in this session we are going to discuss a very important questions for TCS NQT, and this session will gonna very helpful for your upcoming any kind of MNC preparation, because these are previous years technical CMCQs questions. So do watch them, and if you find any kind of doubts or queries, do ask. So the question number 11 is, Mark Zuckerberg and Sundar Pichai are asked to write a program to sum the rows of 2 cross 2 matrices stored in the array A, whose code will run faster, right? So basically Mark Zuckerberg is here who write the code for summation of 2 cross 2 matrix like that for n equals to 0 to 1, sum of row 1n, that is an1 plus an2, and end the code. And Sundar Pichai write the code in the following manner, that sum row 1 of 0, a01 plus a02, and sum row 11, a11 plus a12. What does it mean? We have 2 cross 2 matrix. We have 2 cross 2 matrix. It is 0th row 1. Okay, it is 1, it is 2. So if you will see here, what is in the picture, that we need to add 2 cross to sum of the rows. We need to add sum of the rows. This is the one row and this is the another row, and we need to add them, right, in 2 cross 2 matrix. So code A is like that and code B is like that. So whose code will run faster? It is the problem for TCS NQT. What you will answer? Just think. If you will observe, both code will run, both code will execute, but if you will see here, loops are used, here loops used, but here no loops is used. As here loop is used for n equals to 0 to 1, it will take order of n times for running this program, whereas here no loops is used, right? So in constant time, that is in order of one time, in constant time, it will run. Hence, we can say that code B will run faster. Code B will run faster as compared to code A, right? So Sundar Pichai's code will run faster. Okay, guys, I hope it is clear to you that why code B will run faster. If you find any doubt, do comment. Okay, let's discuss the next question. Question number 12. Output of the given C programming code. C programming code is given to you. Hash include studio.h, int main, int r equals to 6, printf %d r plus plus r plus plus r plus plus, and then return 0. 4 options we have here. So what would be the correct output of the given C programming code, guys? Very important question for all MNCs, because this kind of questions they are expecting from you. If you are well and good for solving such kind of problem, they will train you according to their arena, right? So you just need to prepare in that level, in that pattern. If you are okay, then 100% you will make your selection in your any kind of MNC. So are you trying? Okay, let's see the solution. Basically, if you will see here, initially r is an integer variable which is assigned with the value 6. Then we are printing 3 times in post increment order r plus plus r plus plus r plus plus. But basically the correct answer would be this code will give this code is compiler dependent. Why compiler dependent? Because in standard C definition, it doesn't matter, it doesn't mention anywhere that whether this will work from left to right or from right to left. If your compiler is working left to right, then what would be the answer? 6, 7, and 8 would be the answer. But if your compiler is running right to left, then 8, 7, and 6 would be answer. Hence, we can't deduct completely. We can't universally say according to standard C definition that what would be the exact. It is compiler dependent. So the best answer would be option D for this question. Okay. Next question here is, what will be the output of the following C program? A very important C program is given to you. You need to answer what is the output of following C program. If you will see it is the program. Let's start. Int b 4 equals to 5, 1 32 and 4 it is mentioned. So we have an array with name B4 and it have stored 4 elements, that is fifth on the 0th index. On one index we have 1, on second index 32 is there, and on third index 4 is there. Okay guys, now if you will see int k, l and m are here, k equals to plus b1. So what k is indicating? Plus plus, it is pre-increment 1. So if you will see pre-increment 1, that is 2. If you will observe this line, L equals to B of 1. What is B of 1? B of 1 is nothing but 1. But it is post increment. So currently it will hold the value. Currently what value it will hold? It will hold 1. Now, if you will see M equals to, okay, B of 1, at B of 1 plus plus, post increment is there na. So we have currently 1 and I am evaluating M equals to BK plus plus, but BK plus plus is what? B and K plus plus. What is the value of K? 2. And 2 plus plus, post increment is there. So what is the B2? B2 is nothing but 32. Now, as we come to this statement, so post increment would make it 2. Okay, what post increment will make it? It will make it 2. Now, what we need to answer? We need to answer printf %d k, l and m. We want to print value of k, we want to print value of l, and we want to print value of m. So if you will observe k, so k is one incrementing here. K is incrementing its value in a post increment order. So it will be 3. So 3 will be printed k. We want to print L. I have already mentioned that I have already done post increment here. So it will print 2. And M will print simply 32. Right? So post increment concept is used here. Pre-increment concept is used here. So if you will see option B, that is 3, 2 and 32. Option B is the correct answer for this C program. I hope it is clear to you. Let's see the next question. Question number 14. What will be the output of the following program? Program is given to you. Int main, int array 4 equals to 13, 14, 15, 16, int k4, k equals to array, printf %k1. 4 options are given to you. What is the correct answer? Very simple question, guys. Basically, there is a rule that we can't assign complete array to an array. What here we are doing? We are assigning the array, to another array, but we can't do like that. We can do element by element. We can do element by element, but here it is a wrong method. That is why what it will show? It will show compile time error, right? Option A is the correct answer for this question. Let's see the next question. Question here is the output of the code below is. Very important question. Basic concept of C programming is used here. Hash include studio.h, int a, void main, if a, print hello, else print world. What would be the correct answer? What would be the correct answer, guys? The correct answer would be V, option B, world. Why? Because if condition is check here A, if you will see here in this body, in the main body, we don't have any value of A. In main body, we don't have any value of A. So we will bring the value of A from global variable. By default, the value of global variable is 0. So if 0, condition false, so we will go to else loop. World, that is printf world would be printed. So option B is correct answer for this question, guys. Let's see the next question. The following code for loop code is used here, like for, right? It is correct for loop syntax. It represents infinite loop. What this code represents? It represents infinite loop. It can be terminated by, with which statement it can be terminated? Break, exit, abort, or all of this? So basically option A is correct answer. By using break statement in this loop, this infinite loop can be break. So option A is correct answer. Very basic concept of C programming. Okay, and this kind of questions you will face while attempting any kind of MNCs, there in their written technical or in your interview. they just focus on the simplest thing, this kind of things, right? So do focus on this concept. Here you will learn that what pattern they are asking, what is the level of NQT Ninja and like that, and for other MNCs as well. Okay, let's focus on the next question here. What is the output of this C code? C code is given to you. What is the output? If you will see static int x equals to 5, void main x equals to 9, printf %dx. So if you will see here, what would be the correct answer? Option B. No, it is false. Option A is the correct answer. Why? Very important concept of static variable is used. Very important concept of static variable. What is the concept? The concept is, if we have declared an static variable once, then with the same variable x, we can't assign next value. We can't assign next value. So it will print the value which is assigned earlier, that is 5. We can't reassign value. We can't reassign with the same variable because it is the property of a static variable. Hence, option A is the correct answer for this question, guys. I hope it is clear to you. Let's see the next question. Which for loop has the range of similar indexes of I used in for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus? You have 4 options here. From these 4 options, which is the correct answer? That for the loop for I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus, which of these 4 options is equivalent to the range of this one? So if you will see, the range of this is nothing but 0 to n minus 1, isn't it? 0 to n minus 1 is the range of this for loop. Focus here. N, I equals to n, and it is greater than 0. No, it is false. I equals to n greater or equal 0. 0 to n. No. Option C, I equals to n minus 1. It is greater than 0. But here if you will see, we can't print 0. But in our range, 0 is also included. So it is also false. Option D is correct answer. From n minus 1 to minus 1 means we can print value up to 0, and then on next pre-decrement, on next post decrement, it will execute, it will out of the loop. So option D is the correct answer. The range of this for loop is also 0 to n minus 1, and range of this for loop is also 0 to n minus 1. Hence option D is the correct answer for this programming logic question. Just previous year TCS NQT, this kind of program, this kind of questions they are expecting from you. This kind of technical concepts every MNC is expecting from you. If you know that, they will train you. You just need to know these things. Okay, I hope it is clear. Let's go to the next question. Very important. Okay, Mirabai Chanu. So Mirabai Chanu wants, I hope you heard about that. We are very proud on Mirabai Chanu, as she is the one of the weightlifter who gave us silver medal, first medal in Tokyo Olympic 2020, and we are very proud of Mirabai Chanu, right? I hope it is clear to you. I hope you learn. Every Indian is proud on her. So Mirabai Chanu wants to print a pattern which includes checking and changing a variable value iteratively. She decides to use a loop or condition. Which of the following options should she use such that the body of the loop or condition is executed at least once, whether the variable satisfies the entering condition or not? So basically I use just these names. In first question, I use the name of Mark Zuckerberg and Sundar Pichai, just to make the questions interactive, just to make the questions somewhat interesting so that you can focus here. Okay, so if you'll see here, the main crux of the question here is she decides to use a loop or condition. Which of the following option should she use such that body of the loop or condition is executed at least once? At least once. Whenever we heard the name at least once, go on do while loop. Why? Because this loop is exit control loop. This loop is exit control loop. Here value will be printed first at least once, and then condition would be checked. So option C is the correct answer. Just the concept of loops is used, loops is asked. So option C is correct here. Next one is very important question again. Consider the following code. Function modify, and this is given to you. We need to start from here. Function calculate integer a equals to 5, b equals to 20, and c, and integer d equals to 10. C equals to modify AB. So what A is currently holding value 5. What B is currently holding value 20. So we are going to the modify function. Here A is holding currently 5, B is holding currently 20. If you will see here, C and D are assigned the value 2. C equals to A into D. What is value of A? 5. 5 into D. What is value of D? 2. Plus B. What is value of B? What is value of B? Can you answer me? Here value of B is assigned is 20. So 20. 5 into 2 is 10. Plus 20 equals to 30. So C equals to 30 by evaluation of this statement. Return C. If you will return C, come here. C. C equals to C plus D. What is the value of C? 30. What is value of D? D is assigned 10 here. D is assigned 10 here. I will use local variable here, local variable value. So value of D is 10. 30 plus 10 is nothing but 40. So 40. Print C will print 40, right? So it is the pseudo code which is given to us, and we need to answer what would be the answer, what would be the correct option. So 40 is the correct answer for this question, guys. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. So guys, in this session for TCS, NQT, and Ninja, and for all other MNCs, technical interview and technical written, these sessions are very real practical based sessions on the from previous years technical questions from this MNCs and startups. So I hope this session will gonna very helpful for you, and if you will provide us positive response and be interactive with us, we will in future also going to continue such kind of lectures for you, so that at least you will get to understand about the concepts, patterns, level of the exam, right? So guys, do support us, do like the video. If you find any query, do comment. Have a very nice day, guys. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.